Campaigners against a controversial free trade deal between the US and the European Union met outside the European Commission in London to hand in a petition. The submission had more than 3 million signatures from across Europe, and over 500,000 were submitted in Britain. The European Commission was accused of a cover-up this summer after refusing to release details of the negotiations between its officials and industry lobbyists from both the US and the European Union. IB Times UK met with some of the campaigners outside the European Commission.
We're here today because 1 year ago today we started a petition, a European Citizens Initiative against TTIP. From what we can see within TTIP, the European Commission is not a body that is democratic, and it doesn't listen to the interests of people. What we're hoping is that MEPs who have listened in the past few months because of the strength of this petition will continue to listen. Labour voted against a TTIP resolution in the European Parliament recently, and that's largely because of the public pressure. And at a national level, we're seeing Labour Party policy evolve around this, because within a couple of weeks of the new Labour leadership coming in, both Jeremy Corbyn and the Shadow Chancellor, John McDonnell, have come out and said they don't want TTIP because of exactly the same reasons we've been highlighting. It's a threat to our public services and it's a threat to our democracy.
What's your rationale behind, being against TTIP, for example?
Friends of the Earth is opposed to TTIP because we're really concerned that it will lead to watering down of current environmental, health and food standards, and it will make it more difficult to increase those standards in the future.
About a year ago, there was quite a lot of talk on the fact that some of those laws or regulations concern, food, health, standards of meat, for example, are completely different.
So one of the things that was a big sticking point at the beginning was the way that the US treat meat. So they pump their beef with hormones. And this is quite an interesting one because due to public pressure, the European Commission have come out and said, no, this is a red line, we will not compromise on this issue. But they've actually been saying that about nearly every issue, and it seems to be about nearly everything the US want. And this is a trade agreement, it's a negotiation between equal partners. At some point, compromises will have to be made if both parties are to be happy with the agreement, and we're very worried that those compromises could be our food safety and our health and our environmental standards.